Hello and welcome to my UdonSharp tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to be doing the prerequisite work for setting up Unity for working in UdonSharp. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be installing Unity Hub. I will have all of these links down in the description. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Unity's page with the link in the description, or just go to Unity. You're going to want to actually sign in and you want to download Unity Hub. Don't install this version of Unity with Unity Hub. You just want Unity Hub. So let's grab that and start installing that. Should be a really quick install. Install it just wherever you want, whether that's on your C drive, you want a different drive, wherever you want. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to want to run the Unity Hub. So it's not going to start signed in, so why don't we do that real quick? Okay, now that we're signed into Unity, let's go grab the version of Unity that VRChat wants from the Unity archive. I'm going to have this linked in the description as well, and it is Unity 2018 4.20. Just accept that. Okay, so we want to download it through the Unity Hub. Now, you don't have to use the Unity Hub if you don't want to. If you just want to grab this Unity version, go for it. The reason we're doing it through the Unity Hub is if you start working with multiple versions of Unity, things get really messy, and Unity Hub just makes things easier. So we're going to want to open this with the Unity Hub, and it's going to start its installation. It's going to want to install Visual Studio 2017. For this, I'm not going to install 2017. I'm going to go grab the newest version. You can follow along with that, or you can continue with the 2017 install. I'd recommend 2019, but this is your setup. You do what you want. Let's start installing Unity. And while that is installing, let's go grab everything else that we need. So let's start with Visual Studio. This is going to be linked down as well. We would like to download Community 2019. That is the free one. I believe these two are paid. And we don't need any of that. Where is the download? Okay, so it just downloads automatically. So we are now installing Visual Studio. Continue with that. And we can grab UdonSharp real quick. So once you get to the GitHub for UdonSharp, we're going to want to go over to releases over here. This is actually where you download it. You don't hit clone, you don't download it as a zip, you want to go actually to releases. That is where the Unity package is going to be. So we're going to want to grab that. And let's drag it over to the desktop. All right. So Visual Studio 2019. We don't need any of this. Let's grab the Unity. Thanks. And that should be good. So let's start installing that. Unity is still working on its way. And now let's grab the VRChat SDK. Go to vrchat.com. go ahead and log in. And the download page should be right down here. And we are going to want the SDK3. And again, let's drag that onto the desktop. Oh, come on. Okay, it's not wanting to actually stop the download. Up there it goes. Nope, there's Unity doing its thing. Let's drag the SDK onto the desktop. Okay. So it looks like Visual Studio is almost done. Let's put those up there. And wait for the rest of this to finish. Okay. Now that Visual Studio is actually installed, we can set that up real quick. You can do whatever you want. This is your setup. This is all you. And we can close this now that we've gone through the initial setup, and close that as well. So in Unity Hub, we should go down to Manage Licenses. Now that we have this all installed, let's activate new license. So we want Unity Personal. Just click what applies to you. Most of you will do what I just picked right there. And we now have a license. So it just isn't gonna yell at us now. So we can make a new Unity project. We can just call this my first project. And you can save it wherever you want. This doesn't matter, it's just preference. And let's create that project. Okay, now we are in Unity. And let's just ignore this. We don't want it to check for updates. We just want 4.20f1. Because that is the version that VRChat wants us to use. So we want to skip this version. Now I'm just going to check to make sure it's using Visual Studio as our text editor, which should be down here. Where is this? Don't actually see where it is wanting to do that. External tools. I was in the wrong menu. Okay, so it is indeed using Visual Studio 2019 as our editor. You can change that to whatever you want. You don't actually have to use Visual Studio, but for our purposes, it's going to make using UdonSharp a lot easier. So now that we have our Unity project, we can go ahead and install the VRChat SDK. You want to do this one first, so let's just install that. You're going to want to import everything. It checks everything by default. Alright, so the SDK is now installed. We can ignore this window that pops up. Oh, well, okay. It's changing there on me. And we can now install UdonSharp. Again, it's just going to import everything by default, which is what it is exactly what we want. Alright, and that should be everything. So we're going to want to go to the control panel. And we're going to want to log in with our VRChat account. And we're done. We are ready to start creating worlds. If you came here from another tutorial, you can just go right back to that one and continue where you left off. Or if this is the first video that you've seen, start poking around and start creating. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And also check out our website and Patreon to support more content like this being produced. The links for those will be in the description, along with everything else I've gone over in the video.